Hi there, Monique with Little Gems Creations 1. Today I'm going to show you how to make a spiral charm using wire. So what we're going to start with, what you're going to need is you're going to need your hammer, you're going to need your anvil, you're going to need flat nose pliers, nylon pliers, round nose pliers, flush cutters, some way to measure. I use a measuring pad that I got from a card craft I used to do. And of course you're going to need your wire. I'm using aluminum wire today. Okay, let's get started. So first I'm going to do 4-inch lengths. This will give us quite a nice big spiral charm. And I'm going to do 5 of them. So 1, 2. Now the reason I measure these out is so that they're all similar in size. You don't want them to be too different, especially if you're using them in the same project. So we got 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're done with the wire for now. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our round nose pliers, we're going to grip at the very end of our wire and give it a turn. Then we're going to take those pliers and snug that in just a bit. Then we're going to use our flat nose pliers, and the reason I use my flat nose is I find when it's this small I can't get a good grip with my nylon pliers. So once I get a couple of turns in, I then switch to my nylon pliers and I just keep doing my spiral. Now we're going to use almost the whole length of this, and we're going to make ourselves our spiral charm. These are nice to use on earrings, charm bracelets, necklaces. I really like them. I think they add quite a bit. Now just keep turning until you've used up almost all that wire. Now you see I have this. I'm going to take those same round nose pliers and I have marked right here on the pliers for how big I want my loop. Now going the opposite way of the spiral, we are going to put in a loop until it touches, and then we're just going to finish off this spiral to use up the last. Then we are going to take this, put it on our anvil, and using the nylon side only, we are going to harden our charm. This is not meant to flatten the charm. This is just meant to harden it so that it doesn't get all bent out of shape. But we also have to do the loop part. Now my loop part came apart a bit with the hammering, so I just fix that up. And feel free to tighten this up. Sometimes when you hammer it, it does loosen a bit. Just firm it back up. And there we go. We have a little spiral charm. Now we're going to make 5 of these so that you have a good idea of how to make them. And you can firm them up as much as you want. And like I said, if you want to adjust them, you know, feel free to do that. And then just harden it up some more after you've adjusted it. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And and you want to do it to both ends. Okay, so let's do that again. So at the very tip of our round nose pliers, you want to make your loop till it touches. Then you're going to take those and you're just going to give it a little snuggle in to make it just that much tighter. Just a little bit in. Then you're going to grab your flat nose, and the reason I do this is because my nylon pliers won't grab it when it's that small, so I always do the first little bit with my flat nose pliers, and then we just keep turning this until the whole thing is spiraled. Here we go. There we are. And then just before we get to the end, I'm going to take my round nose again, and I've marked a spot on my round nose of how big of a loop I want. And I did that beforehand, so you can do the same thing, especially if you're making all of these for the same product or project. Okay. Oops. Quite what I wanted. There we go. And then using our nylon part, we're just going to give it a nice little harden on our anvil. And like anything else that's handmade, every one is unique and a little bit different. So see, this is a little bit raised there. I'm just going to snug it in. I want it there, nice and tight. There we go. So what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. And there we go. We've got our second charm. Now we're going to do this 5 more times. And I'm just going to do it so that you're absolutely sure you know what I've done. So we make the little round piece. Okay. Then we take our pliers and just snuggle that in just a bit more. Just a bit. Okay. Then we take our flat nose and we're going to just get it started. Firmly but gently. You don't want it to move, but you don't want to leave marks. Switch to your nylon pliers. Now these you can grip nice and tight because they don't leave marks. And then we're just going to spiral the rest of that wire to make our beautiful little charm. And as I said, I use these on earrings, I use these on charm bracelets, I use these on necklaces. I've even used them on dog sweaters. I've used them on everything and anything. Just to add a little something. And now I'm going with that mark I had on there previously, so that they're all just about the same size. And then I start to harden. Now I'm not hardening as long as I normally would. I would do this quite a bit. So if you're not liking how stiff it is, then just give it a bit more hammering. You're not hammering so hard that it's flattening, and you're using the nylon side, not the metal side of your hammer. And there's our third little. And now we'll go for another one. Make your loop, snuggle in just a bit. Use your flat nose to get it started firmly but gently. I know that's a contradiction, but it's what I mean. Now, you use your nylon, and you can grip this as tight as you want and it won't leave marks. My nylon pliers have seen better days, but they do the trick. And we do this for the whole wire. Now remember, my wires were 4 inches. And when we get to the end, we go in the opposite direction using our mark on our round nose. And we just make our loop until it touches. Then we put it on our anvil and we harden. And we harden. And we flip. And we harden, and we harden. Okay, now last one. So, we grab it at the very tip. We make our loop. See that loop there until it touches. Okay, then we snuggle it in just a bit. Just enough. And we grab it with our flat nose and we get the party started over here. Okay, once it's started, we switch to our nylons and we just keep, and I'm moving the wire, not the pliers so much. I'm just using the pliers to hold the spiral in place while I move the wire around. This will also help harden the wire because anytime you work the wire, it makes it stiffen up. There we go. And we're doing this until almost all the wire is gone. Then we take our round nose, grasp the end right by the mark we have made previously, and we make our loop until it touches the other side. Put it on our anvil, harden, and harden, flip over and harden, and harden. We have just now made 5 spiral charms. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and share with your friends. Have a great day.